weather on NBC 10 Boston. Boston's most accurate forecast.
I mean, you and I both have kids. It's such an important thing to teach them.
It is.
To keep giving.
And like the doctor said, right, it benefits them.
Yeah.
We release oxytocin when we do something kind for
Yeah.
someone else, when we give back to others. It's a huge lesson for them.
Absolutely.
Speaking of shoveling, maybe send the kiddos to the neighbors today. I don't know, here's a day they could do something. It looks like we've got this thin white layer.
Yeah.
Not too much, though.
Is this like a big storm? What's happening out there, David?
It's not a big storm,
Okay.
but, you know, it's big enough that it could slicken up the roadways out there through this afternoon. You know, I'm the guy that's been talking about the white Christmases the past couple of weeks, right? And, you know, Mother Nature seems to be producing out there, and it's going to produce a couple inches of snow with this particular system. So there is a winter weather advisory right through 4 a.m. So north of Boston, around the Boston area, Metro West, even south, just away from the coast, could have some slick spots, especially this evening and overnight once those temperatures drop below freezing. So we are expecting several inches of snow across portions of the area. Right now, Boston, you're 34 degrees. Snow is accumulating on some of the surfaces, but most of the roadways, thankfully, with those temperatures above freezing, are pretty decent right now, just mainly wet. We have a gusty wind out of the northeast, 26 miles per hour, and it feels a little bit cooler than that. And here are the temperatures right now. Boston, 34 degrees down to Norwood, but just to the north, we're still below freezing. Just to the south, Marshfield, you're close to 40 degrees, and you are actually 41 degrees in Barnstable and down towards the Cape, where we're seeing some rain. So there is a fine line in terms of temperatures and precipitation type that you're seeing. So we have this big, vast upper-level system over the Great Lakes. Alone, it's really not going to do too much. We have a system off the coast, well offshore. It's going to be far enough not to give us a blockbuster, but just enough moisture will be moving into southeastern portions of New England, in particular the coastline, over the next several hours, and that's when we're expecting some accumulating snow. And right now we have an onshore breeze. They're talking about that northeast breeze, and that's a fetch that's bringing in some precipitation. Again, where the temperatures are above freezing, that's where we're seeing the rain down towards the Cape. Plymouth County. But in the Boston area and just to the north and towards the west, we're seeing this plume of snow, and that's going to continue to stay put over the next couple of hours. That's where we'll see some slick spots, and that's where the snow is actually accumulating as we take a closer view. North Shore of Boston, I just checked one of my video cameras. Not much going on, a couple of flakes, but just around the city towards the south, Norwood. You're seeing it down towards Weymouth, even outside our Needham studios. We're seeing some light snow. That's where we're seeing the accumulating snow on the ground. And over the next couple of hours, these short-range models are having a difficulty picking up that snow. So just kind of bear with it right now. We'll have a little bit more snow filling in over the next couple of hours around the Boston area. But watch what happens over the next several hours. Once you get to 6 p.m., it just blossoms along the coastline, inside 495. That's where we're expecting accumulating snow. After 6 p.m., we'll watch those temperatures drop. Watch that snow kind of push offshore. Last to clear overnight will be the Cape. And then we'll see those temperatures dropping into the 20s. So by tomorrow morning, some of those untreated surfaces could become slick. You definitely want to be aware of that. In terms of snowfall, could see anywhere between 1 to 3 inches just inside 495 in the Boston area. It would not surprise me if this storm just overachieved just a little bit, where we could see an inch or two above that, especially interior southeastern Mass, even into the North Shore of Boston. We're going to definitely be watching that as we go through the afternoon. And temperatures tomorrow will be dropping back into the lower 30s for highs. So anything that's out there will freeze over. Sunday, temperatures barely getting into the lower 20s. So a cold weekend. Gusty wind is going to make it feel a lot colder, with temperatures feeling more like below zero by the time you wake up on Sunday morning. And then beyond that, we have another system that will be moving in later on next week. Could bring some more snow showers, but by the time the holiday rolls around Tuesday into Wednesday. Let's take a look at that exclusive 10-day forecast. Cold temperatures follow the accumulating snow today. We stay in the deep freeze right into next week with the chance for some snow on Christmas Eve. Back over to you guys.
Dave.